In today's video, we're going to be talking about recurrent yeast infections, BV, UTIs, bad odor, anything that is basically off with your downstairs, then this video is for you. So first things first, I just want to put out a disclaimer. I am not a specialist or a gynecologist, so don't come at me for sharing what has been working for me. And I just want to put out that whatever I'm talking about in this video are things that I've put into practice, and they are tips that I've picked up from my gynecologist. When it comes to our VJJ, you need to accept the fact that that place has a natural scent. It will never smell anything like peaches and cream, strawberries, anything sweet. It's never gonna smell or taste like that. But we have a natural smell, and that natural smell should be familiarized by the individual. You need to know how you smell naturally so that when it's off, you're able to know that something is up. Our vaginal area does self-clean, and this is when you tend to find after the day, or while you're going about your day, you're going to be noticing there's some sort of discharge. It could be whitish, it could be clear, but something will probably be coming out. Now, when you realize there's a problem is when this discharge tends to look a little bit different than normal. It could be creamish, it could be greenish, could be yellowish, could even be a little bit broken, and that is when you're going to notice that something is a little bit off with yourself. I had earlier mentioned that we have a natural scent, but sis, there's no way you're going to be seated as I am and you're going to be able to smell yourself if everything is okay down there. That definitely means that you could be having some sort of infection, could be a yeast infection, a BV, or something could just be off. So when this happens, we have been tending to go to buy over-the-counter drugs, and you've been realizing that this thing has been going and still coming back. So I wanted to share with you guys things that could be causing the recurrent infections and ways that you can prevent it rather than keeping on curing it. One thing that tends to throw off your pH and cause problems for you in terms of yeast infections or BV is definitely your hygiene. The way you look after your area is a major factor and a contributor to what happens to you. So the first thing is the way you wash your area, what you wash your area with, how you wash your area, that is one. The kind of fabric you use downstairs. What do you wear? Do you wear silk? Do you wear breathable stuff? If you wear something that is kind of compact and prevents air from coming into that area, that is another factor that contributes to that problem. Another factor in regards to that is, do you wear dumpy stuff? I mean, you've gone swimming, you've been jogging, and when you're coming back from your jogging or your swimming, you still stay with the dumpy clothes. You are breeding bacteria. And that is another factor that will contribute into the imbalance of your pH and bring about other problems. Probably I can say medication. Do you take a lot of antibiotics? Antibiotics are meant to kill bacteria, but they cannot differentiate between the two. It comes to a point where they kill even the good bacteria that will help you or help your area be okay. So if you take too much antibiotics, this is another factor. Also, when you're done with your periods, personally for me, I have been experiencing an imbalance with my pH each and every other time my periods are done. I will mention at the end of the video all the things you need to do to deal with all these problems that I'm mentioning right now. Okay, so other things that I've been incorporating into my vaginal hygiene. When it comes to cleaning myself, I like to use warm water, or I like to use the Dove sensitive baby wash. I mean, that thing is so gentle. I had been using it on my baby when she was a little bit younger. It was tear free, it was fragrance free, it was working okay, and so I found it much more effective to use it on myself. I don't have one right now, but yeah, I've inserted a clip of how it looks like, and it's also inexpensive. If that doesn't work for you, or if you feel like you don't want to invest in a feminine wash,
you can invest in just,
you can just use water. Sorry, you can use plain water to clean your area. Just take your time, and no douching. Don't douche. If you don't know what douching is, it's cleaning the inside area using your fingers or some sort of thing to clean inside. I said this place self-cleans, so don't use anything inside. I did my video on period hygiene. I talked about cotton panties and stuff, and you guys came at me asking me, do you have to, use granny panties or just some ugly panties just because you want to maintain the hygiene of your area? Well, with me, it's not really a big deal. But if you are not into that and you want to use, maybe fancy panties or fancy thongs, like this is a fancy panty, really cute, yeah, but make sure this part has some cotton fabric in it. If this part is cotton, then the area will be able to be breathable and you'll be able to maintain the freshness of that area. So yeah, I didn't say that you necessarily have to use granny undies. You need to be changing up your undies. In every 6 or 12 months, within 12 months, you need to throw away your old panties and get yourself some new panties, because these are the same panties you're using every other time you're treating these problems. They could also be a factor in the recurrence, or if you're not in a position to change them, you can try disinfecting them. You can place them in some antiseptic, and after you're done washing them, and then just disinfect them before you use them again. A wet environment doesn't necessarily have to be from swimming or sweating. It could also be from wearing clothes that are not properly dry. Make sure your undies or your whatever you're wearing at the bottom part is completely dry. And when you're going to bed at night, sis, don't forget to go commando. Going commando gives you enough time for air circulation on your Miss V. This is a must. Don't skip this step if you want a healthy vagina. If you must use feminine wash, don't just go to the pharmacy or wherever you go and get them, the supermarkets and whatever, and just buy any sort of feminine wash. Be sure to invest in feminine wash that has been clinically tested. Some of these could be the factors that might be causing the problems. I've had people who say, once I stopped using this certain product and the problem went away. So not all of them seem to be, perfect for that area. Be sure to ensure that the product you're using is safe for you. I know this point, some of you are gonna be like, sis, that is so obvious. Who doesn't know that? But let me tell you something, we live and we learn. There's so many people out there who might not be knowing this. Always ensure when you're going to the bathroom, it doesn't matter if it's a number 2 or a number 1, always wipe from front to back. You don't want to wipe from the back coming forward, because you're going to be carrying all the bacteria from the back side. Have I always said that? No. But you can also make sure that that place is clean by using a wipe before and then going over it with a toilet roll or a tissue paper. I visited my gyna. She recommended that I invest in cranberry capsules. So this is how they look like. They help prevent urinary tract infections, and they also help with the overall health of your vaginal area. And this is just how the capsules look like. That's how they look like. So you want to take 1 capsule a day, and this comes with how many? 60 capsules, but it's advisable for you to take just 30 of them. That is a usage of 1 month, and see how beneficial or the change in your vaginal health before you continue with this. Yeah, so I also invested in boric acid, and this is how it looks like. So this is boric acid, and this provides your vaginal area with the acidity that it needs. It comes as capsules like this. comes as capsules like this, but this is not consumed verbally. It is not ingested, so don't do that. So you want to take one of this. In fact, it's very effective within the first 7 days. So you want to take one of this. It does come with an applicator. Let me get it. So this is how the applicator looks like. Oops. So you want to place the capsule here. Just push it a little bit inside. So this is your capsule. You place it over here, and then you pop it inside. So you want to use this obviously after you're done with everything, and you use it at night when you're going to sleep. You need some panty liners just in case there's some stuff that needs to come out. So that's what you do when you're using boric acid. I decided to invest in boric acid because I got tired of using the same old, medication that I was using, and I wasn't getting results. Boric acid just helps in curing BVs and yeast infections majorly, but when it comes to the UTIs, it's much more advisable to use the cranberry, like I was talking about. This one is highly recommended for the prevention. It's actually prevention of urinary tract infections, and this one is for BV and yeast infection. So that's why I went for a combination of the both. When you're outside and you're not at your home, at your comfort zone, and you tend to be using public toilets, these ones also contribute in the recurrence of these problems. So when you're using a public toilet, you need to flush it first before you use it. Use antibacterial wipes. Wipe around the toilet seat before you sit on it, or if you're not in a position to get wipes, you place your toilet roll around the toilet seat, and then you sit on it. And before you sit on it, just take a bunch of toilet roll and place it in, and then you sit, so that when you do something, it doesn't splatter back all the way to you. Yeah, and as always, I want to thank you so much for watching the video. Be sure to give it a like, a comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I hope you do find one or more tips that will help you maintain your vaginal health and your overall health. Thank you so much, and till next time.